That uncomfortable feeling in the pit of your stomach, that squeeze around your heart, the headache that goes with the argument or the situation that you've just found yourself in, or that is lingering because you found yourself in it a day ago, a week ago, and you haven't been able to shake free. That feeling is self-rejection. Yeah, self-rejection. Because think about it. There is some judgment that you are making against yourself for the situation, or for how you feel, or for how you showed up. The fact that you were feeling this way yet again, that you showed up in the way that you showed up yet again, that you have left yourself vulnerable in a way that makes you look stupid or not good enough, or just fill in the blank. Our greatest pain does not come from the events that happen in our lives. Our greatest pain comes from the self-judgment and criticism and feeling like we are not good enough that comes when we behave below what we expect of ourselves. When we think that someone else might be looking at us and finding us less than, we turn our own judgment about feeling less than onto ourselves, and it just all gets exacerbated and more tender and more overwhelming. And so, how do we fix that? Here's a couple of things that can help you. Number one is just start with being aware of how often you attack yourself. Now, that is not always easy to see, but an indicator is that feeling in the pit of your stomach. And when you go to the pit of your stomach, you can do a stream of consciousness exercise with yourself. You can just say this one sentence, or fill in the blank of this one sentence over and over and over again until you get to all the truth that is living inside of you, sort of unconscious or unaddressed, or maybe you've even said these things about yourself, or you know these things about yourself, but you haven't let yourself feel how bad it feels to feel this way about yourself. So here's the sentence. This pit in my stomach, this feeling in my stomach is because. This feeling in my stomach is because. And before you start that exercise, simply say to yourself, if I tell myself the truth, this feeling in my stomach is because I feel like I failed. This feeling in my stomach is because I feel like I look stupid to other people. This feeling in my stomach is because I expect more from myself and I let myself down. Just let that stream of consciousness exercise allow you to sort through the feelings and let all of the stuff inside of you, the conscious and the unconscious, breathe. And the reason you want it to breathe as opposed to suppressing it is when you suppress it, you literally sort of make it just about your interior. It just lives in your brain. It just circulates in your mind, and in such a ferocious and incessant way that it winds up being truly uncomfortable, in addition to the visceral or body feelings that you might be experiencing. When you actually acknowledge what you're feeling, you've told yourself the truth, and that truth actually feels good, even if you aren't feeling resolved, even if you still have tenderness and even some overwhelm. You've told yourself the truth, and when you can see the truth more plainly, then you can actually deal with it in a more regulated, calm, and present state. Another thing that you can do when it comes to tending to your self-care, meaning loving yourself, being accountable to yourself without judging yourself, attacking yourself, blaming yourself, you can say this sentence: even though I have had this experience, even though I feel this way, I ask to deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Even though I feel this insecurity, I feel this shame, I feel this, whatever yours is, I deeply and profoundly ask to love and accept myself. Or I ask to deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. And what you do with that fill in the blank or that statement is you always acknowledge that you love and accept yourself. You can just think of treating yourself like a loving parent would treat a child who is going through some sort of challenge or growth. You allow yourself to be accountable to the situation, but you love yourself unconditionally. And you acknowledge that this is an opportunity for you to grow. And when you have been accountable to yourself, you acknowledge the opportunity for growth, you are administering love, unconditional love to yourself, and you top it off with actually acknowledging that you ask to deeply and profoundly love and accept yourself. Imagine people in your life saying to you, I deeply and profoundly love and accept you, and I'm happy that you're in my life. You want to extend that same kind of appreciation to yourself so that you can partner with yourself and grow beyond whatever challenge or challenges life will bring. All right, I'm loving you. I hope you found value in that video. And if you did, would you do me a favor and subscribe? And share the channel with other people in your life so that we can bring you more information in better ways. I thank you for being a part of this journey, and I hope that it's a long ride.